Good morning, friends. Diana here from Garden Love Homestead. I want to give you guys updates on some of the most important trees that you guys have been following me with. And this tree is my pineapple guava. It has definitely surprised me with the amount of blooms and the size of the blooms. As you guys can see, they're ginormous. Let me go ahead and put over so you guys can see. Look at this. This tree has been in this container for quite some time. You guys know that I potted it into this pot maybe about 3 to 4 years ago. It's been in here, and every time that it blooms, it just doesn't fruit. It just blooms and goodbye to the fruit. I'm really hoping that it's loving this spot, and since it's loving it, that it's going to actually retain some of the fruit. It's looking promising because, as you guys can see, there is tiny fruit forming right here, and these petals have never been this big, and I am super excited. Look at that. There's going to be another bloom coming up right here, and these are just ginormous. I've been coming home from work and just picking some of these petals because they are edible. If you guys didn't know, pineapple guava is not like a regular guava. It's different. Quite frankly, I haven't tried the fruit from this tree, so I'm really looking forward to trying it. And these petals are edible. They taste very sweet, and I think you guys will like this tree. They also come in bush form. I have a tree form, as you guys can see. Hold on, let me eat this. As you guys can see, the trunk is a pretty good size, of maybe about 1.5 inches. It's been in this pot for a while. I have up potted it. Last year I up potted it, which means I potted it and root prune it, which means I just pulled it out of the pot. Loosen up the soil, put fresh soil in there with some warm casting, some shirt stars, and sprinkle some fertilizer on top. And here we are the second year, well, a year later after doing that, and as you can see, it really did like it. It's loving it. Let's see, this fruit, the petals fell off, so now the fruit's starting to form. I'm hoping that with the bees that we got, that the fruit is going to actually stay on the tree. I do have mulch on it. You guys know I showed you guys a few weeks ago how to water this. It has mulch on it, and for now it's holding all my extra little plants that I am going to be putting in the garden, which actually acts like mulch as well, because it's helping retain the moisture on the top layer of the soil. So if you guys are running out of space, don't be afraid to set a few little plants on top of your other pots. That way you guys can do two things. One, use it as mulch or to help retain water. Also, when you water one plant, you're going to water the next one below. And I'm just doing that just to make my job easier, just because I have a lot going on here in the homestead, and it's helping me save time and keeping these alive until I can get around to planting them, and helping this tree hold moisture. So I'm actually going to try to keep those plants on top as long as I can, or until these beautiful little fruits start forming. Look at that. And it seems like there's a lot more fruit, or petals, flowers coming out, because I see these little buds just about everywhere that I'm looking. Let's see if I find some more. There's some baby ones right there. So they are everywhere. There's some right here, and these petals are ginormous. As you can see, look at the petal is almost as big as the upper part of my index finger, and they are growing fantastic. These are so tasty. My daughter loves eating them. They have noticed them, but I haven't reminded them that they're edible. So I'm trying to let the fruit set, and look at this. It's just tasty. Just keep eating them. If you guys have not seen this tree before, I want you guys to do some research. Tell me what you guys think about it, if you guys are interested in growing it. So far, this tree, from what I noticed, it does not like, here in Southern California, so 9B, it does not like sitting in the afternoon heat. This gets most of the day some shade, and it does get a little bit of an afternoon sun, but then it gets some shade once the sun sets basically over the hill that's behind me, and I'll show you guys in a second. But I just wanted to take a moment to give you guys an update on this pineapple guava that I've had for quite some time, sitting in a container. I want to encourage all of you guys who don't have space. You guys know that I started growing fruit trees in containers because I was very limited in space, and I wanted just to give you guys a little bit of encouragement and update on my pineapple guava, let you guys know that it's totally possible to grow fruit trees in containers. I mean, even at this point, if the fruit doesn't set, it is worth having the tree for several reasons. It's a beautiful tree. It's an evergreen. You get these beautiful blooms that are edible and they're very tasty. I mean, it's a quite delicious snack. And if you just want to grow a hedge somewhere, you can get the bush variety, and these would be ideal for that. So if you want an edible landscape like my goal is to do here in my homestead, and my goal was at the other property that I had, this is actually an ideal tree. Most people will probably buy this as an ornamental just because it's very pretty. The petals are very pretty. As you can see, they're very green. Behind them, they kind of have like a little wide moth looking petal. They're very, very appealing trees, and I highly recommend you guys get one. Even if you live in a zone where you don't think the tree will fruit, like I mentioned, it's quite a pretty tree that can be an ornamental tree for you. But just a quick update, guys. I'm happy to have you guys here and have an opportunity to share this with you guys. I'm going to show you guys how I eat the petals. They're so delicious. Look at that. Very tasty pineapple guava. If you guys have seen this tree and just didn't realize it was an ornament, it was not an ornamental, it was an edible tree, now you guys know. I hope you guys seen it here for the first time if you guys haven't seen it before. And that's it, guys. Like always, just here giving you guys an update, encouraging you guys to grow something, plant something, make something. Like I always say, plant something, make something beautiful and useful. Well, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.